Even more legal trouble for Real Madrid stars. You didn't think it could get worse. It got worse. Manchester United cleared of wrongdoing in the Pogba scandal. 2 Red Bull teams will be allowed to play in the Champions League next season. Boca Juniors wins it all in Argentina, and Oscar causes a bench-clearing brawl. It's Wednesday, June 21st, 2017, from the Total Soccer Show, Dirty Tackle, and Howler Magazine. This is The Goalmouth. I'm George Qureshi, and one quick item that Daryl texted me about 10 minutes after publishing yesterday's episode. Here's what he wrote, and I'm going to attempt it in the trademark Grove cadence as revenge for him calling me the second best GQ in magazine publishing yesterday. Here goes. Arrgh. Missed the USMNT jersey leak in today's Goalmouth podcast and email. Blaming jet lag. Can you rectify tomorrow? So, listeners, consider yourselves erectified. There was a jersey leak of what people will think will be the U.S. home jersey at the Gold Cup this summer. Picture that Barcelona jersey with the navy and red hoops instead of stripes, plus a line of really ugly white stars on the sleeves, Captain America style, that I'm sure many other people will love, just not me. And on to today's tidbits of bite-sized soccer morsels or something. Everyone, Daryl, is talking about Cristiano Ronaldo's tax evasion charges and Jose Mourinho's tax evasion charges, but I'm sure you'll remember that another Real Madrid player is accused of blackmail. In 2015, Karim Benzema allegedly threatened to release a sex tape starring his France teammate Mathieu Valbuena, unless Valbuena paid him off. Yes, that is illegal. It's also why Benzema didn't play for France at the European Championship last year. And yesterday, a Spanish court rejected Benzema's appeal, which means a judgment will be coming down on July 11th, exactly 20 days before Cristiano Ronaldo testifies. And you know what? That's not all. You might remember that on a recent Goalmouth episode, I called your attention to Luka Modric's appearance in the trial of the Dinamo Zagreb guy who was accused of embezzling all that money. And I'm beginning to notice a pattern here, tax fraud. Modric displayed a certain shall we say forgetfulness? Amnesia? Right. It turns out that he is now under investigation for perjury, according to the Croatian state attorney. Quote, the witness falsely said that on 10 July 2004, the date when he signed his first professional contract, he also signed an annex on the basis of which he had acquired a right to a 50-50 share in transfer fees. Oops. So, to recap, we have 3 current Real Madrid starters defending themselves against tax fraud, Ronaldo, blackmail, Benzema, and perjury, Modric. You could throw in bad taste in facial hair, Bale. Meanwhile, Barcelona merely has Messi and Neymar committing tax fraud, Arda Turan assaulting elderly journalists, and the constant threat of Luis Suarez biting someone, anyone, which, to be fair, he hasn't even done since joining the club. What's next? Will Sergio Busquets get busted for petty theft? Sergio Ramos for purchasing alcohol for underage kids? Andres Iniesta for insider trading? Or will Marcelo be charged with trafficking in exotic and endangered species? But Komodo dragons are so rad, bro. Your Honor. And now for an entity that has been cleared of wrongdoing, the crack ethical investigators at FIFA have cleared Manchester United of any wrongdoing in the transfer of Paul Pogba from Juventus. You know, the one that somehow earned his agent, Mino Raiola, a payday of $41 million. So good news for Manchester United, bad news for Juventus because the Italian club's agreement with Raiola could violate rules against third-party ownership. Sure seems that way. Hey, remember how one owner isn't allowed to have 2 different, or I guess multiple teams in the Champions League? That was the problem facing Red Bull after 2 of its teams, Salzburg and Leipzig, qualified for the tournament by finishing first in Austria and second in Germany, respectively. Well, Red Bull reshuffled a few things to the satisfaction of the adjudicatory chamber of the UEFA Club Financial Control Body, or ACUEFACABUG. No word on what will happen if the New York Red Bulls somehow qualify for the Champions League next year, but hey, if the Chicago Fire has a shot at winning the World Cup, anything can happen. Some news out of Argentina, where Boca Juniors have secured their 32nd Argentine title with a few games left to play. They are closing in on River Plate, which has 36. There's some soccer on TV today. In the Confederations Cup, Russia plays Portugal at 11 a.m. Eastern. Mexico plays New Zealand at 2. Both games are on Fox Sports. And tonight, some MLS midweek action. We've got DC United Atlanta, Minnesota Portland, Colorado LA, and Seattle Orlando, which looks to me like the most interesting matchup. But then there's the first leg of the Canadian Championship between Montreal and Toronto. The winner will, of course, get a spot in next year's CONCACAF Champions League. And finally, the Chinese Super League just continues to grab the headlines. This time, it's because Oscar, in an amazing series of events, all caught on video, of course, smashes the ball at one opponent, gets it back, and smashes it at another opponent, at which point the other team catches on and decides to confront him. Oscar gets pushed to the ground, and every player on both teams, including the guys on the benches, come out onto the field and, jostle around and fight each other. Somehow this resulted in only 2 red cards. Anyway, link to the video is in today's show notes. My name is George Qureshi. Taylor Rockwell will be with you tomorrow morning. Don't forget to sign up for our newsletter where you can click out to all the stories I've mentioned on this podcast. The link to sign up is in the show notes. And I leave you with today's goalmouth top tip. This seems obvious, but apparently I need to say it. If you're thinking about hiding your taxes, blackmailing a teammate, or really anybody, lying under oath, or importing Komodo dragons from Indonesia, A, just get an iguana. They're totally legal and their turds are a lot smaller. And B, do what Sergio Ramos does and go get a really bad tattoo until the urge passes.